What's up, my people? It's CJ with 270 Motorsports. I just wanted to come out here and talk about some exciting news from my buddy Colby, which at some point he'll be on the channel, but he's not right now. He's working his butt off to try to pay for this thing right here. So, got some exciting news. Finally got the engine in for him. He wanted to go crazy and put a Gen III Hemi into his 78 Dodge Aspen, which is currently being worked on at our chassis builder's shop. And he's going to go ahead and go all out with that thing, man. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. I'm not going to get into too many details with it, but it's going to be really cool after he's done. But we've got here a 392 Hemi. This thing has been long awaited for. We waited for this thing for probably a better part of a year and a half to get done. Full drag race engine. There's really not much street stuff on it. You know, it does have the stock bore, stock stroke. But anyways, great piece here that we've got. I actually got a new front cover for it from Blackbird Performance to kind of clean it up and get all the that big honking thing out the way, so we give a little bit more clearance. But let's just dig into it and talk about it real quick and see what we got going on. So the block here, it is a BGE block. You know, it's like I said, 392 block. It's a steel block, but it does have a good crankshaft in there. It's got Manley rods, diamond pistons, total seal piston rings. Got it up to about 10.3 to 1 compression. It's not turning the world over, but really good numbers for that. We'll probably put a nitrous plate on top of here at some point and bottle feed it a little bit. But other than that, it's going to do everything we want. We got some AFR heads sitting up on top of here. These things are flowing almost 400 CFM. The camshaft that's inside of here is a Bullet custom grind cam, specifically for this engine. So we've got a Ritter intake. This is going to be carbureted. Yes, I know some people are like, oh, well, you might as well just go EFI and all that. Well, we're kind of old school, so we're gonna use the coil packs. We're gonna use the MSD grid, and we're gonna have the race pack and all that. And kind of mix a little bit of old school with a little bit of new school. I still prefer a carburetor over electronic fuel injection personally. He's kind of the same way, so that's what we're gonna do. So we've got a really good setup here, I think. This thing is turning 657 horsepower. So which for what it is, that's really good numbers. We were hoping for a little bit more. I think that, we'll get a little bit more, and that's, 657 horsepower on pump gas. So that's at 93 octane. I think once we put it on some high oxygenated race fuel, because he's not ready to go to methanol yet, I think it'll probably turn a little bit more than that. And then we're going to tinker with some things to squeeze a little bit. Hoping for that 700 range, but we'll see. This is his first engine, race engine. It's going to be going into, like I said, his wagon. This will be the fastest thing he's ever turned. So I think this is a good starting point. As we progress, obviously, the pursuit for more speed and more power is going to be there. So he's definitely going to have, something here. He's going to be competitive with it once we get all the bugs worked out, and it's going to be great. What I've got here is a brand spanking new PowerGilde that we're going to actually put behind this Hemi. And I know all you Mopar guys and everything else that are out there are probably turning over and hooping and hollering, but you know, this is a full race transmission. There's nothing Chevrolet about this transmission other than, oh, it's based around a PowerGilde and it's 2-speed. So if you're ever in, you know, the racing world, you understand. This bell housing is from Reed. This is actually a special bell housing just for the Gen 3s, that my transmission builder put on there. But it has got all the best of the best internals. This transmission's rated up to 2,400 horsepower. He's never going to hurt it. All billet internals. He's got a 180 straight cut planetary. He's got a Vasco input shaft. He is not going to hurt this transmission. So shout out to my transmission builder. You know who you are, for getting this done for us in a great amount of time. We appreciate it. And I think he's got a pretty good setup here. His carburetors from APD. APD is one of the best carburetor manufacturers out there. There are several. I personally use APD for the methanol setup and all that, but really good stuff. A lot of this stuff came from BTE Performance on the transmission. That's what my transmission builder prefers to use there. But other than that, I think he's got a really good setup, and we're super excited for what's to come. I did want to show you guys this front cover that I was talking about that we're going to replace on the Hemi. This thing's from Blackbird Performance. They actually have a video up, a YouTube video up, about talking about all this. But since you're already here, I'll go ahead and talk about it. This thing is absolutely everything that I was personally looking for a front cover for a Gen 3 Hemi. You know, because the stock one, I mean, they're pretty stout, right? They're big and clunky, and then you've got the big water pump and all that, and just for a drag racing application, it's not the best. You know, not only that, but you're going to save a lot of weight with this thing here versus your stock front cover. The thing I really like about it is this is actually machined to fit a big block Chevrolet water pump. Now, not just because you know I'm partial to Chevy stuff. It's just, you know, the operability. So I can get a, you know, Misere, if I'm saying that right, you know, water pump, an electric water pump to put on this thing, and then a snout, and then we're good to go. It's got your cutout for a timing pointer as well. You know, for your balancer and all that. Yeah, we're going to be using an electronic ignition with the reductor wheel and all that, but you know, it's really good to have a reference point on the balancer itself, where you're at in the timing. This thing comes with all the hardware that you need. It comes with the gaskets. It's got the machining for all the gaskets and everything else. You know, really good quality product here from Blackbird Performance. So hit these guys up. These just hit the market probably 3-4 weeks ago, so they're very new. They got us one in a very reasonable amount of time. You know, about a week or so we had to wait for this thing. So pick you up one, you Mopar guys, you Gen 3 guys that are looking for this stuff. Man, it's going to save you a lot of hassle and a lot of time. So other than that, guys, just really excited to report this stuff. Really excited to where we can go with this. I'm glad to see Colby stuff's getting together and kind of working through everything. You know, it's kind of like birthing the baby, if you will. You know, with this wagon, he's super excited. He's working his butt off to try to get everything together. But once we get it all together, man, it's going to be a head turner for sure. So, as always, like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys tuning in and listening to me talk. If there's any other content that you want to see and that you're interested in, just hit me up in the comments and let me know. All right. Thanks, guys.